Welcome to For All E-Learning. This is Miki Miyang from Polytechnic Yaounde 1, and today I'll be presenting to you the course outline for mathematics for competitive entrance exams. We begin with the prerequisite for these exams, and then we'll go through the course outline for mathematics, and we'd have a brief summary of the material taught under each topic. To undertake the entrance examinations, background knowledge on ordinary level and advanced level mathematics will be necessary. And even if you don't have all these, we hope that the courses we give you will bring you up to standards for the examinations. Going right on to the course outline for mathematics, we begin with logic and mathematical proofs, barycenters, vector calculus, affine geometry, matrix calculus, complex numbers, conic sections, sequences and series, functions, probability, moments of inertia, differentiation and integration, differential equations. Under logic and mathematical proofs, we'd have logical connectors and truth tables, direct and indirect proofs, proof by absurdity, and proof by mathematical induction. Under barycenter, we treat barycenter of ponderable points and their properties, and we look at the notion of level lines. Under vector calculus, we look at the vector, scalar, and scalar triple products. We'll look at lines, planes, and angles, and then areas, volumes, and distances. Moving on to affine geometry, we look at the applications of vector, scalar, and scalar triple products, and we'll look at the analytic study of lines and planes. Under matrix calculus, we'll look at matrices and their basic properties, eigenvalues and eigenvectors, and lastly, matrix diagonalization. Under complex numbers, we'll look at basic concepts such as notations, modulus, arguments, conjugates, etc. We'll look at roots of complex numbers and then geometrical interpretation. Under conic sections, we'll look at three of them: ellipses, hyperbola, and parabola. Under sequences and series, we treat basic concept, that is the definition and the various types. We then look at asymptotic behavior of sequences and series, such as convergence and divergence. Lastly, we visit the notion of adjacent sequences. Under functions, we'll look at basic concepts like definitions, injectivity, surjectivity, and bijectivity. We'll go further to limit and continuity, and then derivability. Lastly, we'll look at the steps to follow when studying functions. Under probability, we'll look at the notion of arrangements, permutations, and combinations. And then we do outcomes, events, and probability. And lastly, we treat random variables, both discrete and continuous. Under moments of inertia, we'll look at the scalar moments of single bodies and groups of bodies, and then we'll see theorems associated to moments of inertia. Lastly, we'll look at typical bodies and their moments of inertia, such as cylinders, spheres, etc. Under differentiation and integration, we'll simply look at the differentiation techniques such as chain rule, product rule, quotient rule, etc., and the integration techniques such as integration by parts, substitution, etc. Lastly, under differential equation, we'll look at two types: the first order differential equations and second order differential equations, and how to solve them. Thanks very much for your kind attention. We hope you register now on our platform tefaafrique.com and get your online courses started. Thank you.